And we're back, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Ooh. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe, 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 ashe. So we're only working with peace here, and of course, this Pisces energy is really taking over the reading yet again. Pisces Libra energy, and just know that this Pisces, they are connected to money, okay? And it is because of the angelic beings around them giving them their due diligence, right? Their justice, in a sense, right? And this justice is financial, okay? And this Pisces may be a youthful woman, may be attached to a youthful woman, and this youthful woman honestly deserves this level up. Why? Because she's a character of the law. What does that mean? Like, she's an upstanding person, with or without people there, with or without spectators, with or without a reward. Like, that is just their demeanor. They're just amazing in their own right. Okay? I'm gauging that maybe they care for the elderly in some way, and they enjoy the beach or the ocean. As a Pisces, it makes sense why you enjoy the beach or the ocean, but this is also our emotional card, our deep emotional healing card. So not only is this Pisces very fluid in their actions, maybe fluid in their speech, fluid in their emotions, they're also fluid in the, I guess, the consoling of the shadow self, right? That's really what this beach or ocean is, because your emotional self is really attached to all of those things that are kind of in the shadows in your mind, right? All the stuff that you don't really want to think about, the stuff that you don't want people to know about you, or the stuff that you're insecure about, right? The flaws that you have, the mistakes that you made, so on and so forth. This Pisces energy really doesn't let any of that bog them down. Like, they are like Healer 101. Like, they can teach a whole class. They can teach, I don't know, like the elderly, the generation that no longer wants to learn. They have the ability to even teach them, right? So this March Madness card we can attach to Pisces, obviously, because Pisces would be late April. You hear me? Late April, late February, early March, or most of March up until the 20th. Okay, so we're really talking about Pisces with this March Madness here, and it's just a confirmation that we're really talking about a March Pisces. So if you are a March Pisces, or a March Pisces, this might be for you. Okay, this Pisces might be a school bus attendant, or require a school bus for something. They may be a professor or grad passenger. Maybe this Pisces has children that have to go on a school bus, or there's something attached to this. But they're using their intuition with how they profess their information, right? They're using their intuition, which is attached to the Lord, the divine, the spiritual, ethereal realm, but in the highest vibrational light, of course, right? And I guess because this Pisces is such an upstanding person, the character of the law, very similar to the heroes in a lot of these crime shows, people hate on them, and it's like, okay, you're not seeing the bigger picture here. You're not seeing that, my bank and credit loans, my overall wealth increases based on how good of a person I am, right? The angelic realm blesses me based on how well I show up in the world. So it's like, yes, this Pisces may have a job. That's where the bank and credit loan is really important, right? But they are joyous whether or not they get money up front, or if it may take a little bit of time to get to them. Regardless of it, it's like they enjoy the acts of service. They enjoy offering their help, their input, their assistance, their energy to those that need it most, right? To those that puts a smile on their face. That's what brings them the most uplift, I'm seeing, right? And they're not perfectionists at all. They enjoy, going to the mountainside. They ask for help. They are emotional, so that they are not very weary of other people seeing, their more vulnerable side. But just know that they don't, peruse around like they are the best person or people out there. Like, this energy is very real. Like, they're authentic. I don't know how else to say that. You can tell that this person is young. So the generation, I'm getting maybe millennial. I'm not really getting Gen Z, but I'm definitely getting like that age, a little bit like younger than millennial, like just a tad bit. Like, it says under 40, but I'm getting like 30s. Like, it's not too much under 40, because in order for them to have this this sense of self about them, they would have had to be either policed or like understand how the system works. Because I'm not even getting like a physical police officer or a firefighter or investigator. I'm getting like, you know, people had this energy on their toes, always reminding them of what to do and how to do it, always reminding them of like putting their best foot forward. Okay, nurturing this guiding light and practicing discernment so that they can see what is intuition and what might be ego, what is the divine offering guidance, and what is your pride getting in the way of moving in universal or divine flow. Okay, and then we're back at this Capricorn energy. So either this Pisces has Capricorn highly aspected in their chart. Capricorn may be the generation that's attached to this Pisces, and that's how we can see really the age range, and also see basically like the historical upbringing. So let's say if they were in the 30s, then you know that they lived through this many generations, this many years, and what happened during those years. Okay, what kind of emotional toll would that take on a person? What were some of the things that they had to do in order to adapt to the change, right? And how did that evolve them as a person? Well, this Pisces, it has made them basically like the number one person to go to if anything ever happened, right? And they're not even, again, they're not a cop, but it's just like they have a presence about them that is like a character of the law. It's like, you can come to me and we'll make sure that we'll get a resolve. Like, you can come to me, you give this information, and I'm sure I would have advice. I can speak to someone. I can offer you foresight. Maybe they have the gift of sight, this Pisces. And so their steps are basically marked for them because they're able to tap into their clairvoyance, right? And even if this is not like during the day, like think of That's So Raven and you having visions, or think of Wednesday and you touching something and you having visions. I'm getting more like, you know, you can see it in your dreams, like you can remember your dreams very well, or daydreams, like just randomly your mind might go into like this realm, and you just start thinking stuff, and there's people there, there's things happening, and you don't understand how that energy is actually playing in the 3D, right? You'll see that later on, but it is the foreshadowing, it's the clairvoyance, it's the sight that the divine, the ethereal realm is offering you to kind of see how you would interact in that kind of scenario. So that when you are in a live scenario, the universe can kind of see, you know, the possibilities there. We're talking about Capricorn energy, right? And that's definitely Christmas. So maybe we're talking about another energy here that's attached to this Pisces. So in a previous reading that I will attach to this reading, most likely at the end, there was a Pisces that was attached to an Aquarius, and the dynamic was overly toxic, right? Because it was two different generations mending the gap, the bridge that was between them. Now with this energy, we're getting more of a Capricorn vibe that is kind of, it's a lot more earthy, and so they're a little bit more finite with their decision making, right? Because they oftentimes find the evidence, like they need to see concrete details in order to implement anything. They need concrete details in order to believe something, concrete details in order to move in a certain direction, right? So maybe something around this birthday celebration, or maybe something around Christmas, the holiday celebration, depending on if you celebrate it, that there was a transition phase for this Pisces, And it was brought to the attention, brought to the forefront, that there was going to be a shift, right? Because this is where the training wheels come into play. Now they're acting like a character of the law. Now, mind you, they could have been an upstanding person before, but now it's in a way that is undeniable, right? And because of this new sight that they have, right, this clairvoyance, the ability to tap into other psychic gifts, right, because I'm seeing more of a spiritual unlocking here, and confirmation from the ethereal realm, it's creating kind of like a salty vibe with all of the other energies that used to be in alignment with this Pisces. Okay? But it's taking like this Courage the Cowardly Dog vibe in order to maintain a certain level of authenticity around them. Right? So it's like, you're a nice person, you're a good person, you are empathic, you're, as a Pisces, you can feel other people's feelings, you can feel your feelings a lot more than maybe other people can feel feelings. And at this point, when you're around energies that are negative or dark, or are playing in more of their shadow self, it can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. So the ethereal is kind of forcing you to understand the dynamic of the situation you're a part of. You are the balance there. You are the light. You are the sight in the darkness, okay? So you're the person that's supposed to help this hate turn off, right? But this is a newfound excursion for you, so it's like, how do you do this confidently? That takes time, it takes experience, it takes a lot of meditation. So before you even get to that point, because you're still in this training phase, the divine is just telling you to put on a brave face. Put on a brave face, and they're going to walk you through everything else that you need to happen, right? So maybe around Christmas time, you were called to be more observant, be more in your perspective energy, meaning that you know there's more to come, and so you're kind of being tentative about what you're doing, tentative about what you're saying and how you're saying it or how you're doing it. You don't want too many people to know what's going on, and the people who do know what's going on, you want to make sure that information is very specific. So if anything quote unquote leaked, you would know where it came from. Like, you are redefining yourself, and in order for you to do that, you have to redefine your circle, which means you can't bring people with you. Unfortunately, in order for you to have this kind of rank in the ethereal realm, you will have to bring people with you, in a sense. Even if they don't accompany you, you have to bring the energy with you. So if you're tasked with transmuting energy, you're tasked with being the uplift in situations, being the complementary piece, right? Being the chosen energy, even if that means removing you, that might be the complementary piece. You might have to remove your energy in order for things to really flow the way it's destined to. Okay? So now that you have this new responsibility, and it takes discernment for you to know this, to do all of this, realize you're not going to deal with energies that are like you, that are upbeat, that like to smile, that like to talk, that like to, engage, that like to, be in the upright, be the best version of themselves, attach themselves to morals and fundamentals. Like, you're not going to get people like that, because that's not how you complement. You're going to get people who don't do that, who can't accept you doing it, who can't support you doing it. Those are the people that you are going to be forced to interact with and transmute the energy of. Because the whole point of us being light in this realm is to bring more to the light. Okay? And if you're not light, then oftentimes you're darkness, and you need to be brought to the light. So at this point, as this Pisces energy, you can really pick your side. Like, do you want to bring people to the light? You have to accept this hate on, it's not on chill, but this hater alert, you have to accept it. And then you also have to accept kind of like the bumps and bruises that happen along the way, which will require which would require you to be courage in a situation that most people will be brave in. It would take a little bit more for you, because your personal frequency does not align. It's actually attacking you more. You're more emotional. You're feeling it more than the energies that you're dealing with. Okay, so in essence, it could or would hurt you more. But because you are this master healer, because you are so emotionally strong, the divine trusts that you can bounce back. Okay, you also are being required to offer the divine praise. So you need to give your thanks. You need to be grateful. You need to, even in a situation where someone is maybe bullying you, or someone is, speaking out the side of their neck, maybe not treating you too well, you still have to thank the universe for that experience. I appreciate you, universe, for showing me that there's energies that still require my light. Okay, in a world full of light, at that point is basically darkness. You can't, there's no comparison. So at this point, if you are the light, it's the responsibility of bringing the people from the dark to the light. And then the divine will be offering you the praise, right? Thanking you and dropping money in your account, thanking you by dropping good people to be a part of your soul family in your vicinity, so you can actually enjoy them energetically. Blessing you with more upgrades, blessing you with more gifts, so that you can eventually help all the haters out there be less hateful. And this is how the divine continues to reward those who are doing the work. Okay, so in essence, you are really like Olivia Benson out here. Like you really are Mac from Criminal Minds, like CSI New York. Excuse me, CSI. Yikes. Morgan from Criminal Minds. Excuse me. But anyway, like that's how you are. Okay, that's how you need to show up. Even if that's not your job, you're not getting paid for it by an employer. You're not getting paid by another human to do this job. The ethereal realm is paying you 10, 100 times more than any regular person could pay you for putting these energies to rest, so that they can have a rebirth process and be born into the light like we all are. Okay, so I wonder, is there anything else we need to know here? Sunday, the Lord's Day, I believe that's just reaffirming that you need to give praise not only to your ancestors and guides, not only to the light beings, the archangels, but specifically God. Okay, yeah, maybe not everyone believes in it and believes in the energy, blah blah blah. Who cares? At this point, if I knew, right, the code to the game of life is to praise an energy that is encompassing of all, and that is how I would get more positive retribution, I would just do it. Right? I would just do it. Satanists do a lot more for a lot less. I'm pretty sure you can praise God, whether his name is God or Allah or whatever the case is. I'm pretty sure you can praise him, like you praise that singer that sang that one song you liked. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like too much now. Okay, so someone is getting an instruction manual on how to take from you. Okay, and I'm getting like personal items, but usually people who are associated with the divine, you don't really have many personal items. So if someone wanted to take what you have, it's honestly because they must be super poor. They must be super poor. They don't have nothing. Like, for you to steal from someone who is chosen, you really have to be the poorest person in the world, in mindset at least. Okay, why? Because most chosen people don't have the most money in the world, right? They vow, just like most sisters and nuns and pastors and stuff, the poverty, chastity, and obedience, right? Chastity in this sense would be not lusting, right? Obedience would be understanding what the divine is telling you to do and do it to your best abilities, right? And poverty would be not focusing so much on the 3D craze about money and the 3D fanaticism about what you can do if you had a lot of money and the ways to get a lot of money. The divine's telling you, don't worry about all that. You'll be blessed in the time that you need to be blessed. Until then, you will be getting a step-by-step informational on what you need to do to save your soul and to save the souls of people around you. Okay? And again, you're only saving people's souls by you walking in the light that the divine has called you in. No, it's not out here really being Captain Save-A-Ho. It's really you understanding when it's time to speak, when it's time to not speak. When you are called to go to a place, randomly just go to that place. Okay? Even if it's you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, your energy is meant to be there. It is understanding whether or not you can be trusted with itty bits and details from massive energies, right? And if you can be trusted with these itty bitty details and then take a bit of time to see how your influence had a massive trickle effect, people don't realize that the riches are really in not in this realm, but in the realm that we graduate to once we're finished here. And I don't mean in one lifetime. I mean truly have ascended out of this matrix. Talk about heaven. You don't understand what heaven really is. But of course, we're going to put this energy into transmutation. Okay? So that there's maybe this girl teen who emotionally or energetically like feels like they can't do it on their own. It's easier and better to have full written confirmation, right? So if you would like a personal, definitely email me. And if you don't, just know I'm going to come out with another general reading very soon, so you can see where your energy lies on at least this table. Okay? So I'll see you soon. Until the next.